All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to this call, or recording or training. This training is for everybody who has some form or level of approach anxiety. If you've ever felt as a guy, hey, you wanted to approach a girl, you wanted to talk to somebody that was in a business setting or any way or form, but let's say the business setting thing aside, because there's another way to do that. But if there's a girl you want to talk to and you have fear of the outcome or approaching, this training is literally from you. How to eliminate, by the end of this video, you will understand how to eliminate the fear of approaching within 30 days. It's very simple. I'm boiling it down to a 15-minute video, 30 at max, so you can understand exactly what's in my head of how I help guys get rid of that in 30 days. So first things first, is three things I got to show you. One is a spectrum scale, which you can understand. There's something everything's a spectrum: fear, love, broke, rich, misery, broke. I'm joking, but like misery, happiness, right? I'm just keep making sure you guys are still here with me. Everything has a spectrum. So obviously, if you're scared of approaching, there's another end of the spectrum. Think to yourself, what's on that end of the spectrum? Three, two, one. Banter. Whatever you said, 90% of you guys, if you're watching this, you have approach anxiety, probably wasn't the right answer, but the right answer is banter. Guess why? Because the better your banter skills are at approaching women, approaching people, approaching sets, groups, clubs, bars, entire everything, the better you are at banter, the less you have of being scared of what to say, what to do, or why you approach somebody. Because guess what? Banter equals mental wit. Everybody, write pen, get your pen and paper, come out, start spitting some fire at you. Pen and paper, go ahead and grab it because I'm going to give you the answers to how to get rid of this right now. The better your banter mindset is, the better your wit, the more protected you feel socially. Think about people on TV who are like really good at talking and opening other people. It's because when somebody's trying to like stab them or go after them or say something that's negative, mean, or condescending, they're already within a moment's notice of what to say. How do they do that? They get a reps of being good at banter. So guess what that means for everybody here watching now? If you're sitting here at home on your laptop or your phone, your desk, and you're watching this video, getting rid of bad approaching or approach anxiety just means you have to get better at banter. And this is what this video is about. So the first thing you have to understand about banter is that there's two types of approaches. There's approaches when you don't want shit from the person in front of you, and there's another approach when you do want something. Honestly, integrity or full of integrity, you generally want something. Whether she's attractive, whether you want a number, whether you want a date, whether you're sexually inclined to trying to get with her or him, there's something you want deep down. If you're being honest, there is, and that's okay because there's a way to go about it. If you don't want anything from them, it's very obvious. You don't have to say anything. That's when you're doing work on general approach anxiety, where you're just doing what's called mare walking, right? If you do have approach anxiety because you do want some to say something, all that does is just builds up bottle-lies tension. Tension is like, oh my God, I like this person. Oh my God, I want a sale. Oh my God, I want something. How do I focus it on this other person? Even in sales, there's tension, but the script helps you to take the tension from inside of you and bring it out in front of you. And that's where the real work starts to happen. So now you're like, hey, I want to approach this girl. I have an intention. How do I do it? Because you said, Daquan, if I'm approaching women, I need to not have an outcome expectancy. You need to be working towards something, but you can't expect that outcome because there's three types of outcomes. It's the one where you don't have to do anything but open your mouth and you get the number, or she go on a date with you. It's the one where you open your mouth and she wasn't sure, so you have to kind of still like figure out the conversation. There's the one where it's nothing you can do, buddy. She likes 5'4" guys that are rich, bald, and fat, and she's married, and you're not her type because you're a 6'2" stud, right? So there's nothing you could do. It's just a mismatch. You have to be okay with all three outcomes. Not there's just you have to accept it. The better your ability to accept that, the more approaches you're gonna do. You have to be able to prepare all three types of feedback outcomes. The better you can prepare or accept those outcomes, she is not gonna like you no matter what you do, Buster. She's kind of interested, but she's not sure yet, which is the only thing you can control. And the first one is you just get rewarded for just taking action. There's literally women, yes, you watching this video right now, that you can approach and talk to, say hi, what's your name, what's your number, let's go out next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And she's just gonna say yes because you're Brandon, because you're Daquan, because you're Joseph, because you're Andy. Like whatever your name is, just because you are you, they're just gonna say yes. because that just shows you and tells you it's just a numbers game. So there's two types of approaches. There's approaches where you are looking to get something. There's approaches where you're just working with general approach anxiety, where you're just talking to any and everybody, and it feels so good. It feels so rewarding. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe you're focused on work for too long. You just want to go out and socialize. Mare walking. Um, Mare walking is exactly how you do that. What is mare walking? Mare walking is literally opening, walking, and talking to everyone as if you're the host or you're the mayor of the town, walking, shaking hands, kissing babies. You're in the elevator, talking to everybody in the elevator. You're on your way to work, talking to people along the route to work. You're on a scooter. Say something to the person on the scooter. What do I say? Literally anything. It's literally just getting a social muscle going and vibrant. Why? Because guys, I cannot tell you how much times I've been to a party, a club, a house party, or anything before or after that, in between that, and I'm talking to the bartender, I'm talking to my Uber driver, I'm talking to somebody in line, and I see them again later, and that initial connection brought up something like way better. To give you guys some tidbits, when I'm in an elevator, I like to say, "Hey man," a lot of times these rooftop bars have like hotels between the bars, like from like ground floor to like the rooftop. It's like hotels people staying. And you can kind of tell the guy's not going upstairs or the woman's not going upstairs because they're click six and it's like 10 floors and it's a rooftop. So like, make the math make sense, make the math, right? So I say, hey, you're going to six? What? The party's on a rooftop. We're waiting for you. You bailed on us last time. You can't do that again. We're all waiting for you upstairs. Have a great night. I'm literally saying that to a stranger in the lobby. And a lot of guys who have approach anxiety, they're like, you can't say that. No, Daquan, that's fucking weird. Why would you do that, bro? And the reality is nobody, men, human, dogs alike, nobody says, hey, I don't know you. Why are you saying those things to me? And if they are, guess what? They're not the type of person I want to hang out with anyway. There's a lot of like things in what I'm saying that creates charisma or personality that makes you want to hang out with people. But basically, everybody who understands good characteristic traits or good charisma or whatever, they understand what I use just now is what's called assume rapport, which is there's an assumption of rapport familiarity with a person that makes the person more familiar with you. And I said, hey, like you built on us last time, you can't build on us again. It starts a great fun conversation. And it's not somebody I'm interested in. It's not somebody I want to date. It's just somebody, it could be a guy, bro. It could be anything. It could be a fucking plant for that care. I could talk to a wall if it gave me a good enough reason to. Um, but that's because I got banter. I got banter for days, guys. Like I could just hand it out like it was like dollars and I'm Elon Musk. Um, but that's what you want to have. That's going to have you cultivate a lot of friendships, a lot of just side things, and a lot of side quests. Just have your heart open and talk to everybody and assume rapport. So what I want you to do from this point in the conversation is to write down 10 things that assume rapport, or like pause the video. Like literally, this is a training video for you, right? Pause the video and write down 10 things. You can write down one of mine and create other nine like that that can fit any situation, any social circumstance, anything where you can just say something to somebody. My favorite is the elevator. Anytime you get an elevator, there's at least two people in there and a dog. Probably two dogs. So the average is like a dog and a half, right? And some more tidbits help you guys. The more specific, the funnier. Instead of saying two dogs, I said a dog and a half. What does a dog and a half even look like? You can't only have a dog, you can't have a dog and change. Just be specific, say things that make you laugh, and stop caring about what the other person thinks. That's the whole concept of mare walking, right? So everything I just said in the last 5 minutes goes under this portion right here. We're gonna get back to the juicy part over here, guys. Don't worry. But mare walking is right here, and the other part is where there actually is tension. I was on a coaching call just now, and we called it out. Guess what? Tension is internal, and you could think back into your childhood to the moment where you had your first crush, and there was tension in your chest and your heart. And it's really weird because like a lot of times when you have a crush on someone, I don't know why the universe works out this way. So don't ask me to explain why, or even how. But I can say that I've seen this a lot, so much that I believe it's fully true. I don't know what you believe, but this is what I fully believe, and it works for me. Every time I have tension in my chest, there's tension in the other person's chest too, and I have to bring it out so it can create tension between each other. That tension creates curiosity and attraction, which pulls us together. Um, and You know, think about what curiosity is, attraction. If you're like don't know what something is, but you're curious, want to figure it out, you're pulling in close to it, which is attracting something, right? So, if I'm attracted to a girl, but she has like a resting bitch face, sorry, girl, sometimes we do. It's a defense mechanism. I get it, but I gotta say, hey, like, um, what was the line I used earlier? I basically call out the thing, and then I say, hey, I had a general question. She's like, what? Do you think girls don't like getting approached in public, which is sometimes why like this RBF thing was created? It's like, what's RBF? I'm like, some girls, sometimes they get tired of approach. This is the wrong guy. Guys don't have game. He doesn't tell her how beautiful her hair and her dress looks. And I'm pointing, and she's like, like heard it before, done it before, not interested. I'm gonna have this stoic face on so that so guy could just ward guys off. Do you think women do that on purpose? If I'm scared of approaching a girl because she's gonna reject me, and I say this is not focusing on me, it's focusing on the other person. But more importantly, what I'm doing is I'm calling out the thing, I'm bringing up the tension. So, my point with this, guys, is if you like the girl and you're like genuinely interested in her and you think there's tension, call it out. Like, hey, like another line one of these guys said in the last call is that hey, I saw us what was it? Hey, I figured I'd come over here and introduce myself. Um, hey, instead of us playing eye contact, sorry, instead of us playing eye tag with each other, I figured I'd come over here and introduce myself. Um, or something like that. Or hey, like, I saw you from over there and we almost made eye contact, so I wanted to like introduce myself. Instead of like us, accidentally playing eye tag, how awkward would that be, right? And they're like, well, I mean, if you want to play eye contact, I wouldn't be against that either. Depending on how your personality is, but I'm very like I like to be very goofy and fun and bubbly up front. Because when I have my RBF face, it's not really attractive for other people to see. And I'll keep that there. There's a lot of other trainings about how to like to get rid of the stereotypes of like every person, every gender, every race. There's stereotypes in every race that could that people would think or hold against you. Like women, I've found a lot of times that have RBFs actually the most biggest sweethearts. They just like that to, protect themselves. But anyway, my thing with tension is the homework here, 5 lines, guys, nothing crazy. Hey, I came up here to introduce myself because you seem attractive, or hey, you can't be coming outside like that and not dressed in this heat because you're gonna cause a lot of crashes. People are gonna be staring at you too hard. Flirt, say something. If you feel that tension, literally use it. And how are you gonna be okay with that? You got to be okay with her saying no to it. That was corny. I don't like that. If you can accept that worst case scenario, everything else is gonna be great, and you'll be experiencing a lot more opportunity and potential just by doing the thing you're scared of. That's literally it. So what does this mean, guys? There's only two types of approaches. It's the ones where you're intentional and there's tension where you're trying to get a result. Because you like her or whatever, you're really curious and figuring out what she is about. It's another one where you're just practicing or you're doing mirror walking. And this is where you're just opening everybody and talking to everyone. Cool. So guess what the other thing I was saying is that attraction, I'm sorry, not attraction. What's this called? This is called approach anxiety. AA approach. Sorry, somebody's smoking a cigarette next door and it's disgusting. I keep looking over because it's distracting me. I'm gonna have to complain later. Smoking a cigarette on the balcony. The 88 people that's around you don't want to smell that shit. Approach anxiety, and the other side of the spectrum is guess what? What did you say, huh? Yeah, banter. Banter. So the better you are at banter, the better you'll be at presenting, talking, and having fun. A lot of guys that leave, conversations too soon or they bail when it's getting good is because they can't banter. So I promise, guys, if you just focus on something else outside of yourself, just focus on banter or getting better at banter, you're not gonna be worried or having bailing the conversations too soon or leaving too early because of approach anxiety or things like that. You're just gonna be focused on the skill set of banter. Banter is a skill set that I wish I could just sell for $10,000 because it is priceless. Okay. I've another training on banter, and this is probably like this is my second training on banter. It's just the most important thing, guys. It's like literally 80% of the equation. There's no attraction. Well, sometimes there is attraction before banter because of how you present yourself, but banter is what carries the no attraction to attraction stage. So if guys, if you're having a trouble not approaching women or just finding women that are actually interested in you, I could guarantee you, bet every dollar in my pocket, that banter is the solution. And there's three other stages outside of that I've learned that's helped. But if you get stuck on banter, it'll be the best thing you do for your dating life. Okay, cool. So with that being said, we're on the last segment of the training. Hope you took notes for the tension part and the two types of approaches, mirror walking and tension and saying 30 lines. I hope you wrote down the 10 examples here. I wrote down the 5 examples here. If you did not, pause the video, take those notes, do those action steps, because you do not get better from just watching videos. You get better by applying the knowledge, seeing the videos, and tailoring it to yourself and seeing how it works and making it better. Banter, approach anxiety. Stop focusing on this, focus on that. For everybody in the back, we're going to draw an arrow so you can see where it's at. Boom, boom. Nothing of this, more of this. Nice. So next step, guys, we're finally here, is the banter stage mindset. Um, this is how, if I had to start everything over just to be able to be like, all right, listen, I have approach anxiety. I'm scared. You couldn't approach me to approach the woman of my dreams if she was staring at me with a sign with my name on it. You couldn't pay me enough to do it. All the way from 0 all the way to like 85%. I don't believe in 100 because perfection is, the devil or whatever. Perfection is bad. It's not a great mindset. Perfection equals progress. Perfection is easy perfection. But because perfection equals progress, this is what you want to focus on. The fact that banter is a mind state. It's a mindset. It's not just a thing you do. You have to feel good to banter good, right? I cannot banter if I'm in a piss poor, upset state. Before I hopped on this training, I wasn't in a good mood. I did some other things. I got on my training call. I'm here and I'm smiling and I feel great because I'm here for you guys, right? So it's a mindset. So the question isn't, hey, what do I say? So looking into like the leaves of it being confusing, they say like trees. There's like what they say, there's forest and there's trees and there's like leaves of like the florist arms and stuff. If you're thinking about what do I say, this girl is hot, how do I do that? How do I spin her? How do I get the kiss? You're focused too deep into like the trenches. That's not going to work because you can't navigate yourself out the woods, right? You have to focus on the forest, right? And you have to have that mindset of what to do next. So the proper view of this, of that mindset, is these are three things that I can control before I do an approach to make sure that I am in the banter mindset. And I promise you guys, if you've seen this video and you like it, watch the video I created before this, Banter 1.0. This is Banter 2.0. It's going to help get you stuck into that mindset. So I give you guys 2 pieces of homework. Do the homework. Your life doesn't change unless you apply the change. The change is thinking about it, writing down what I'm saying, and using it out in the field. Literally do that. It's going to change your life. Promise you. So the homework was to go over there, do that, you know what I'm saying, to understand what these things, 2 things over there. Cool. Approach anxiety, no, banter over approach anxiety. Yes. So you should have lines from the first piece of homework that was on the right side of the screen. Everybody, it's that time. So this right here, right? One line memorized. Guys, please, it sounds corny. Women are gonna watch this. They're gonna see that we use lines, we practice, but guess what? You practice too, women. I ain't gonna call out no names, but like I have a few friends. And they've told me the truth. They've told me the dirty goody, the dirty goods, the good dirt. And I know that, sorry, bro, I'll call you back later. I know that y'all have these things that trying to get to. Because listen, I'm looking for love, you looking for love, we're all looking for love together, right? So women should, even women, like y'all should have a line. But anyway, this is about the men. Men, have a line memorized that you can use that you just think is like really fucking funny. Like right now, my funny line is actually I have a sheet. I have a sheet memorized. I don't have a sheet memorized because I haven't done this in a while. I'm just getting back into it because I was preoccupied with some stuff. But funny lines, right? Um, one of my favorite ones are like, hey, we haven't met yet. Because I kind of like just going for it, and I like just teasing amongst that. Um, so what are you thinking of the challenge? I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. Drop 50 flirty lines after you're watching this video, and I'll send you my 50 sheets. I might, wow, it's a lot. I'll send you my 50 lines that I've used in person or online so that you can have one of these lines memorized. But the line I use is one of the ones I said earlier. Just play back the video and look at it. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna use you. So this is a line I'm gonna use today, but you guys can use this. I'm sorry. I have like a way to like matchmake people at my dating events. So, my line is gonna be more based around like getting them to be a girl that's like in my like algorithm. If you want, I'll put that in a 30 line sheet too if you type that like 50, 30 lines in the video. But I'm gonna use that. You have to find a line for your own. Sorry, I can help you, but I can't do the work for you. Next thing is focus on the other person. What does this mean? This goes back into the tension part. So if you feel like there's tension inside of you, stop focusing on yourself, focus on the other person. I'll give you an example. If you want to talk to this cute girl and she's in a group of two women, and you're just starting off, like this is for beginners, guys. If you know what you're doing, then click off the video while you're here. But if you need some help, keep watching. There's two girls there, and you want to know what to say. You literally say, "Hey, can I ask a random question?" I'm like, how often do women get like flirted with when they're in groups? Like I don't know if you're single or not, but like I'm single, and I wanted to know like, do y'all like getting flirted with when you're in groups? Because like there's a lot of women that are single today. And I don't know, like, is that offensive? Is there some way to do it? Like, let me know. And then if you're feeling the gist enough, then say the whatever the advice is and use it. If not, then just keep it there. But what you do is up to you. You're fully in control. But the point of this is to like focus on the other person, meaning that like don't focus on like what they're saying to you or how they feel about how they're reacting to what you're saying. Because if you care or you're getting concerned about how they're reacting to what you're saying, you're focusing on yourself. Focus on them, meaning ask some questions about themselves, about them, about that person. Don't ask about don't talk about you. At least not yet. Like just talk about them. Hey, when you go out and you have dinner with your friends, do you think it should be do you think it's a terrible idea for a guy to approach? Or if not, like how should guys do that? Like I'm sure y'all hear about what's going on in the dating market today. Or if you're in an elevator, be like, hey, like, do you think it's a terrible idea for guys that like women that work in the same office, not at the same job? Do you think it's bad for them to like, have feelings for each other? It's really cool because it sets the stage. Because if you do have feelings for her, she can pick up on that. It's like a innuendo kind of thing. It's like a high level thing. It's pretty cool. If not, she just answers regular, and you get to feel that up through your conversation. Which gets into another thing that I can teach you guys later on of like how to actually figure out things without risking rejection. I think that's something that requires a certain level of game or a certain level of confidence, but you have to be okay with getting denied before you can get step into those boundaries. Cool. I hope that made sense for a lot of you guys. The last part of this training, to get rid of your approach anxiety within 30 days, I'm going to give you one statement that's going to help you do that right now. But the last thing I want to share with you is the feedback. The feedback isn't what you expect, but it's something that you need. So there's three types of feedback. It's the ones that I shared earlier, where there's girls that no matter what you do, they do not like you. That's it, guys. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. You can give her the best lines, the best lyrics. You could be best friends with Chris Brown. You could have books and all that shit written. They're still smoking. Disgusting. You can have all those things written down, and there's just nothing you can do, guys. Like, unless you're gonna figure out how to brainwash this person, there's nothing you can do. And once you accept this, you can move forward. So you have to understand, oh my God, this girl in front of me, I'm gonna say something. If she doesn't like it, I'm just gonna move on. All right, walk. If you literally could just say that and then walk forward to the set or the person or the individual, I promise you, this is kind of why girls have this kind of built in. This is kind of why they don't have like approach anxiety because they're okay with like you, them not, you not, like, especially the ones that understand like guys, especially ones that get like approached by like a lot of guys and they see guys as like very similar. The next one is the maybes, my favorite category, because this is the only category that I can actually control. If a girl isn't sure about me, my behavior, how I come off, can like make her more accepting or wanting to like get to know me. And I don't like focus on this either, but it's technically the only one you can control. So I kind of like it because there's certain guys that have good game that get more women, and this is because they rule the maybe category. They don't give a fuck about this category. They care about that category in the first category. The first category is actually in the beginning, what keeps you guys addicted and hooked is the reward category, which means that all you have to do is go up to the girl and say hi, and your reward is getting the number. Or your reward is going on a date. All you have to do is open your mouth and it's gonna work. Literally. So how do you raise this reward category? By showing up as your best self, having the right energy. Girls love energy. I need energy. The sun gives energy, right? A lot of this is about energy. Get it tatted, guys. Remember it. But you get rewarded by just literally walking up to the person. Anybody that does sales, this is very similar to sales. A lot of times, you just knock on the right door, you use some of the script, you be yourself, you get the sale. Boom, just like that. And that's all it takes sometimes. So this, believe it or not, is 60 to 80% of people you're going to meet. This just depends on your skill set. This is 10 to 30% of the people you're going to meet. It just depends on how you come off, right? Not even skills needed. So you're just doing bare numbers, just approach, 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 approach. You're going to get rewarded regardless. Just keep going. You getting better and improving is going to widen your pool. Just keep going. And you being balanced and not being too attached to that outcome is your ultimate reward. And this is how you master the feedback loop. Guess what? Just keep going. So the way to get rid of approach anxiety within 30 days, guys, is to literally do 5 approaches a day or do 30 in 3 days. You don't have 5 approaches a day for 30 days or 30 approaches in 2 days. You don't have any other option. Why? Because I learned that in life, there's a certain amount of pain you're just gonna have to go through. From the time you're born to the time you're no longer here, everybody you meet is gonna go through that same exact sequence. And it's gonna be a certain amount of pain. But some people have that spread out evenly through life. Some people have that just in the beginning. I've watched anime, Naruto versus Sasuke, right? Both their parents no longer there, but one never had them to begin with, and one had them for a longer period of time. So you have the option with this pain, right? You can choose. You can do the pain all at once and get rid of it, like a G, or you can take your time with it, like most people do, which is okay. What's not okay is quitting. It's the only rule. Never quit. But you can take your time, which is what most people do, which is fine too, and still get the same reward. So you can do 5 approaches a day for 30 days. Watch this, use the same line. I promise you at the end of 30 days, if this doesn't work for you, I will pay you $10,000. If it does work, guess what? Pay me $10,000. I'm joking. But my reward is the reward of you not having approach anxiety anymore. So if you watch this video to the end, just also type in the chat, challenge accepted. And I want you to say and give the progress and share how each 5 approaches have gone for you, or at the end of 3 days, how those 30 approaches have gone for you. If there's any questions, let me know. Write them in the chat, and I got you guys. But thank you for watching the training. That is literally how you get rid of approach anxiety in 30 days. I had approach anxiety for 2 years when I was working on this, and it literally took me to the point for me to get pissed off, upset, and angry. And I did 23 or 28 or 30 approaches, something like that, within 35 minutes. I literally set a timer on my phone, and I pulled over in DC parking lot with my old Civic. And I was like, I'm going to get rid of this right now. And I approached like a mad man, like my life depended on it. And that's the last time I can remember being out of control, or having chronic approach anxiety. And that was years ago. Does it still come back? Sure. Do I master it? And I slap that thing up like it's no tomorrow because I know the sequence. All I do is 30 approaches again, and it's down to being non-existent. So hope that made sense for you guys. If that was powerful, type in powerful in the chat. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.